It wasn't until Lisa got zapped and let out a scream like a wounded duck that I realized I might have pushed things too far. But let's back up a bit. Before the fence, before the chickens, before the viral video and the news vans parked outside, it all kicked off with a muffin. Not some symbolic muffina, real, dry, aggressively handed over blueberry muffin, wrapped in plastic and dripping with spite. Lisa, the self-appointed ruler of the Homeowners Association, showed up at my gate with her sugary bribe and a clipboard hugged tight under her arm like it was a loaded gun. She had on the HOA uniform, a blindingly pastel sweater, a string of pearls, and that plastered-on grin that screamed, "I'll ruin you," but with manners. She didn't even wait for me to finish tossing feed to my chickens before she launched her assault. "Hi there. I'm Lisa, HOA president. Just stopping by to say hello and drop off a little treat," she said, thrusting the muffin at me like it was a peace deal between rival gangs. Then she tacked on, "Oh, and I'll need access to that back trail on your land for community use." Now, I'm not an unreasonable guy. I'd spent the last year savoring the calm of my new property, far from the tech chaos I'd escaped. I moved here for a quiet life: chickens, crops, compost, no meetings, no bosses, and definitely no leases. My farm sits just outside the HOA's reach, a fact I triple-checked before buying. So you can guess how confused and annoyed I got when Lisa acted like boundaries were optional. "Sorry," I said, keeping my tone civil. "This land isn't under HOA rules. That trail's private property." Lisa's eyes glinted like someone about to hurl a pie at your face. She let out a shrill laugh. "Oh, that's just a detail. We're all neighbors, right?" That's when I spotted her clipboard. It wasn't just HOA notes, it held a survey map with a dotted pink line slashing through my land, labeled Future Community Access Path. She wasn't asking, she was telling me what was already in play. I shoved her muffin back politely, but firm. That night, staring out at the field behind my barn, the so-called trail Lisa wanted to rip through my haven, I sipped wine and scrolled. Electric fencing? Not too pricey. Tutorials? Simple enough. A little wire, a little jolt, a lot of payback. The next morning, a note waited in my mailbox: HOA letterhead, perky font, Pure Lisa. Friendly reminder: HOA suggests grass stays under 3 inches for neighborhood appeal. Yours in unity, Lisa. I laughed so hard the chickens scattered, then mowed the lawn in one 4-inch patch shaped like a middle finger right by the line. The notes kept coming. Your barn's shade of red isn't approved. Your rooster crows at odd hours. One of your chickens glared at a kid menacingly. I didn't know chickens could glare, but Lisa had thoughts. Then came the kids. I'd set up cheap cameras to watch for foxes, caught 3 teens sneaking across my field instead. Next day, 2 of my best layers, Penelope and Nugget, were gone. I stormed to Lisa's place, didn't knock, just stood there till she opened the door with that fake smile. "Know anything about kids on my land last night?" I asked, studying her. Her grin didn't budge. "Oh my, boys will be boys. I've got them on tape," I said deadpan. Her smile flickered. "I'm sure you're mistaken. Our kids are angels." That's when I stopped playing nice. No more talks. No more games. Lisa wanted a fight, and I started Googling fences strong enough for a bear, but tame enough for nosy neighbors. A local electrician, grinning like a kid on Christmas, helped me rig it up in a weekend. We lined the north edge with wire, slapped warning signs every 10 feet, and hooked it to solar panels. Green vengeance. I even rigged the security lights to flash red when anyone got close. Subtle? Nope. Effective? Oh yeah. It worked perfectly for a week. Quiet. No missing chickens, no trespassers, no HOA junk mail. Then Lisa struck. Saturday afternoon, I was marinating chicken thighs at Judge when a scream pierced the air, sharp enough to make me drop my tongs. I bolted outside. There was Lisa, sprawled on the ground, clutching her wrist like she'd been shot, while her lackeys, Beth and Clara, HOA treasurer and secretary, stood dumbfounded. She attacked me. Lisa wailed. "You walked into an electric fence with 10 signs, I said, biting back a laugh. "This is assault. I'm suing," she screeched. I pointed at the nearest sign. "You mean the one that says, 'Do not touch electric fence'?" Her eyes narrowed to slits. "This isn't over." She was right, it wasn't. What I didn't know then was Lisa had bigger plans, and I just painted a target on my back. But standing there in my overalls, gripping a bottle of homemade hot sauce, watching her limp off, I felt alive, maybe a touch crazy, too. The next morning, My mailbox was stuffed with 13 HOA letters, each more unhinged than the last. Your lights are too bright. Your fence is militarized. My favorite? You're intimidating HOA members psychologically. Intimidation? From a low-volt fence and some solar lights? I'd rattled Lisa's perfect little empire, and it was getting fun. Then she tried an HOA meeting on my land. I kid you not, lawn chairs lined up outside the fence, Lisa in a headset like a wannabe general. I watched from my porch, iced tea in hand, then flipped on the sprinklers just a light mist to douse her VYB. Chairs flipped, screams rang out, someone's coleslaw hit the dirt. Lisa yelled about sabotage, but my cameras caught it all. I sent the clip to a local Facebook group. Morning, I was farm guy, boundary hero, and the memes took off. But Lisa wasn't done. A county inspector showed up, sunglasses, khakis, zero enthusiasm, muttering about complaints, unlicensed wiring, chicken cruelty, disturbing poultry rituals. I showed him my permits, fence specs, and happy chickens clucking in the sun. Before Vying, he smirked. Between us, this HOA lady Lisa called us 6 times. We came to shut her up. That night, my phone pinged. A neighbor, Tom Balding, socks with sandals guy, texted, "Lisa's planning something big. I saw something I shouldn't have. Can we talk?" He showed up with root beer and a folder, Operation Pathway. Lisa had left her laptop open at an HOA meeting, and Tom peeked. It was a development plan trail as a public route for new housing. If she won a council seat, she'd ram it through. Sleep didn't come easy after that. This wasn't petty Anna Maria, it was war. So I got creative. I trained my chickens not as guards, but close. With mealworms and bells, I taught them to rush the fence at a sound. Chaotic? Yes. Hilarious? Absolutely. Effective? Weirdly so. Meanwhile, I dug into county rules, found a loophole, designate my land a protected AG zone, untouchable without a miracle. An old-timer hooked me up with a land use guy. We filed papers claiming my farm sheltered rare heritage chickens. True enough, Penelope's line went back to the 1800s. Lisa spiraled. Her council campaign ramped up posters everywhere. Progress with politeness. I countered with flyers. Her mid-zap scream, captioned, "This for your council?" People started doubting her. HOA folks quit. Neighbors wise-sided, took egg selfies with my birds. Her grip slipped. Then, one night, my lights flashed 3 figures at the fence. The chickens charged, feathers flying. It was Lisa, bolt cutters, and a cheese platter in hand. She fled when I shouted, Vying both behind. The video went viral, Lisa's midnight snack attack. She wasn't done, though. After that, yard signs sprouted. Lisa for council, strong leadership. I launched Save the Chickens flyers, QR-coded eggs linking to her chicken chase, bumper stickers with Nugget, now Captain Peck, in a tiny cape crocheted by a fan. Lisa's campaign tanked. Her press conference, flanked by bored teens, ranted about poultry warfare. Twitter ate it up. Then she sued me. Emotional distress, property sabotage, energy flow disruption. In court, I brought permits, footage, vet records. She cried. The judge laughed. Find her for nonsense. It should have ended there, but Tom forwarded emails, Lisa pitching my land to developers for a council seat perk. I leaked the boom, news hit, radio DJs clucked between lines. She lost the election spectacularly. Captain Peck got write-ins. At 2:13 a.m. Post-election, my cameras caught her digging at the fence in camo, flashlight in mouth. She'd snapped. Her descent wasn't instant, it was a slow, glittery crash. She started the Neighborhood Purity Collective Eagle logo, vague threats. 2 people joined. Her cousin for cookies, a guy expecting books. It flopped. At a potluck I hosted, she showed up with dip, acting like nothing happened. Private event, I said. Captain Peck squawked her off. She moved to Arizona crystals, scrapbooking, enlightenment. Sent me a muffin recipe. I composted it. Now, I sip tea on my porch, chickens pecking in peace, fence humming. If Lisa returns, Captain Peck and I are ready.